Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Trevor. Very grateful to have you here. In today's video, I've got 10 fragrances that are great for sporty events during the summertime. So whether you're at the gym or you're out hiking, maybe playing some sports with some friends, these are going to cover all those bases for indoor and outdoor occasions, generally veering into a bluish green tonality in terms of the scent profile. So without further ado, I'm going to get started in no particular order with, I think, the cheapest one here. Last time I saw this going for under 20 on Fragrance X. This is Mahir Legacy from Lattafa. This is a clone of Parfums Marly Sedley, which this comes close enough that I don't think it's worth paying the extra $200. Really awesome, almost barbershop style fragrance, but it goes very much into a blue direction. You get that shower gel appeal, really great mint, some awesome spices that really add a little bit more of a masculine touch to this one than the original. And I think this is just going to be a great performer for the outdoors. It's very cooling, refreshing, and then also loud enough that it's just going to be a very welcome companion for those sporty events during the summer. Next, we have the only fragrance on here that I think is a dedicated sport flanker. This is Tausman Sport. Kind of like a ginger ale with a little bit of an apple twist going on. Very fizzy, effervescent, soda pop-esque. Nice little bit of an Ambroxan feel that gives it this mass appealing quality. Definitely get compliments most of the time that I wear this one. Not the greatest performance, but it's going to be an all-star for, like I said, those occasions, maybe rock climbing, going outside, or going to the gym. This one has all of what you need for that in the summertime. Great for high heat as well. Next one, Artisan Blue from John Varvatos. Another very blue-green fragrance. It has this very soapy quality to it. Reminds me of getting out of a fresh, cold shower, maybe taking a cold shower just to wake up, refreshing yourself, revitalize. This has that with a nice green, I don't want to say earthy, but something that is reminding me of being out in nature with a soapy element, maybe in a spa outside. Really awesome stuff. It's, again, not the greatest performance, as is the case with most of these, but it's going to be great for any sporting event here, summer 2024. Okay, I think we have maybe one or two more cheapies. We've got Azaro Pour Homme Low. I don't know if this has been discontinued. It may be, so check this one out if you haven't already. It's a really beautiful shaving foam vibe with a sparkly, well, I don't want to say sparkly, but a very vitalizing citrus. It just brightens it up, makes it very much a more yellowish, white-feeling shaving foam than any other kind of somewhat sweeter side of that scent profile that you might get for other fragrances in this category. It's just very much a cold, cool, refreshing, little bit of a sour tang from the yuzu that's used in here, but very gentlemanly and easy to rock because it's so clean and crisp. And I think it's perfect for either the gym or going outside with friends. Next one, we have Lacoste L'Eau Fraîche, or Lacoste L1212 Blanc Fraîche. Pretty sure that's the name. This is in a similar ballpark as Parfums Marly Greenly, if you smell that fragrance, but instead of going more dominant green apple, fruity, and sparkly citrus, this goes a little bit more into a subtle green apple with a focus on the soapy facets of this one. And so you get something that's a little bit clean linen soap-esque, similar to maybe something in the vein of YSL Eau Fraîche, another fragrance that kind of has this minty quality, a green facet with a fresh, clean soap. This one gets pretty close to that, and it's very easy to wear, very likable and inoffensive, and it does have a little bit of that green tonality that makes it great for the outdoors as well as the gym. So that's Lacoste L1212 Blanc Eau Fraîche. And one more cheapie, we've got the original L'Eau de Say Pour Homme. So I've been speaking about a lot on the channel about another fragrance from this house, Tausman 1920, the Origin Eau de Toilette. Clones this fragrance, modernizes it a bit, adds a proper aquatic, and replaces the florals with some Ambroxan, making it a little bit more mass appealing. This, however, I think is a little bit better suited for something if you want to be doing outdoorsy type events. That floral facet of this really plays well into nature. This has a very natural vibe, maybe not in the quality of ingredients, but natural in the sense of something like maybe an Hermes fragrance where it very much recaptures some element of nature. And the dewy florals in here really do that for me. Otherwise, a really great, pretty mass appealing, compliment pulling DNA done by Jacques Cavalier, who is the perfumer who's been doing all of the recent freshies from Louis Vuitton. So you get a really classical, well-constructed composition with this fragrance, and I think these are 4.2 125 ml bottles. They're floating around for around the $50 range. Definitely worth getting your nose on. It's a classic for a reason, and I think great for sporty events in the summertime. Okay, then we have four more fragrances, sorry. One of them is going to be a higher end designer. One of them is a little bit more affordable in the designer realm, and then two niche fragrances. So the affordable designer, we've got Mugler Cologne. This is really opens up kind of very grassy and green and sour and tart and refreshing, and so you get that earthy appeal that you would want for something like an outdoor sporting event, playing sports, being out in the high heat. But it's also got this soapy dry down that plays very well into the gym side of things. So great for the indoor or outdoor sporting events. And this one is right around the $60 range. I think it's been discontinued, but still popping up. I think Joma Shop is the only place that I've seen that still has it. But definitely another classic for a reason, and done by Alberto Marias, who is an esteemed perfumer, especially in the Freshie department. And speaking of Alberto Marias, we also have from him Acqua di Gio from Giorgio Armani. This is the Profondo flanker. Really nice, little bit of a sticky sensibility in terms of its texture, a really nice fruity green mandarin, so you get that little bit of a blue-green hue in terms of the tone of this fragrance, also making it great for indoor or outdoor occasions, and probably the most mass appealing, versatile fragrance in the list. And coming in at right around the $100 mark for the 75 mLs. I think testers for the bigger bottles go for right around 100 as well. Definitely worth getting your nose on. Check out your local Macy's, Sephora. They generally tend to have the Giorgio Armani Acqua di Gios. Next one, we've got Seraphim Blue from Zaharoff, a fragrance that has definitely been growing on me. I still think it kind of falls in the same category as Parfum de Marly for me, where it's, or even like Byredo's Bal de Freak and Greenly. Those are two of my favorite summer fragrances, but I think they're a little bit pricey for what you get, and I still prefer them over all the clones, however. So I still recommend them. Same thing with this one. It's feels a little bit more pricey than something that I would put in a sporty gym list, but it's a really beautiful fragrance. It has that blue-green hue. There's a little bit of this salty seaweed kind of facet going on, a creamy coconut, a really nice powdery iris, but it just comes together into this very nice sweet laundry facet type fragrance accord with the lavender in there. A little bit of a fruity nuance from apple. It seems complex and there's a lot of layers to it, but it comes off as very simplistic, easygoing, which is one of the reasons I like wearing it, just for these sort of sporting events or going outdoors, maybe walking out in the forest. It also has this eucalyptus that creates this quality about it that reminds me of like being up in high elevation where the air starts to thin out and become crisp. This mimics that sort of experience for me, and is something I'm actually wearing it right now, just because it's been something that I ended up craving quite a bit for just lounging around with and having a scent bubble to enjoy. Nice combination of fresh and sweet in that regard without being youthful. So Seraphim Blue is the second to last recommendation for sporty fragrances for summer. And the last one, I think this is my favorite out of the list, and this is You or Someone Like You from Itata Libre de Orange. Has this really nice earthy mint in here, and that's one of the reasons why I think it's my favorite, because I haven't been going to the gym as often since I had kids, but I do try to make a point to get a nature walk in with them and go out to the forest and walk the trails. And this one, I think, does a really good job of just being relaxed and not quite in your face as something like Torino 21, but still having that really nice, refreshing green quality about it. Very clean and soapy as well, and perfect for if I needed to go to the gym or spend time in climate-controlled environments or play out in the high heat. This one is going to be great for that. And so that is my last recommendation for sporty fragrances, summer 2024. Let me know if there's anything I missed, what you would be wearing in those types of situations in the comment section down below. And as always, I appreciate you sticking with me to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.